So with Thanksgiving right around the corner, you already know that good old Krispy Kreme is going to have some pretty tasty stuff available to help you celebrate. I mean, when don't they, right? And in this case, for the fall season 2023, we've got their all-new Flavors of Fall donut collection. On the inside of this box, I've got the 3 new ones. So stay tuned because they're up next for you. I'm Ian K, and you're about to peep this out. Welcome to Peep This Out Reviews with Ian K.
Stay frosty.
Oh yeah, Krispy Kreme during the holiday season. I mean, not like you need an excuse to go to Krispy Kreme, but during the holidays, they usually pull out all the stops when it comes to the donuts they have available. And for Thanksgiving, guys, I have to admit, these are looking pretty nice, absolutely festive, and they definitely scream the fall flavor goodness for you right now. A very lovely situation indeed. So nice all around in terms of the presentation. And I think I'm in for a nice sugary treat with this one. But as usual, and just to help manage the sugar, what I'm gonna do naturally with my Krispy Kreme reviews is I'm gonna go for a single bite of each one, then I'm gonna go for a sip of green tea in between to wash the palate. So I think a single bite will give me a good idea of exactly what these have to offer. And then naturally, once we clean the palate to go into the next one, we'll just keep going down the line until we finish these out. And there's only 3 of them here to give a go on, so that's not so bad, guys. Starting off with this lovely action right there. Guys, the caramel pecan brownie donut. Basically an original glaze dipped in brownie batter icing, and then it's topped off with candied fall pecans and a salted caramel drizzle. And I gotta say, guys, presentation-wise, this is looking pretty nice. Definitely nice indeed. I mean, it's an original glaze with some additional icing on top of what's already a very tasty base to begin with, guys. And this is exactly what it looks like on the bottom. A lovely situation. Krispy Kreme donuts, of course. Let's give this one a shot, guys. Very excited to go into the very first one. This is the caramel pecan brownie donut here at Krispy Kreme. Let's peep this out. Sweet, rich, brownie batter action. Guys, the icing is awesome on this. Nice caramel drizzle as well. Oh yeah. The quintessential Krispy Kreme donut, in this case topped off with some extra brownie batter icing. A lovely situation right there. And of course with the crunch of the pecans and that caramel drizzle, a lovely combination of goodness, guys. This is a nice little starter donut, and it does scream the fall season. Very nice in the presentation department too. So yeah, there's always a starter donut when it comes to these collections over here at Krispy Kreme. I mean, they're starting off with the base, which is a beautiful situation anyway, and they simply just add the theme of whatever they're going to be putting on top of it there. In this case, I gotta say that brownie batter is pretty nice indeed. All right, let's go for a palate wash, then we'll move on to number 2. Hang up. Very nice. All right, guys, this one is looking pretty festive. And I'm totally digging that little leaf on the very top of this one. A very nice situation with the Cinnamon Latte Lover's Donut. Very nice in the presentation. All right, so what we've got here appears to be an unglazed Krispy Kreme donut dipped in cinnamon icing, and then it's topped off with a dollop of cinnamon latte buttercream, and then finished with an autumn leaf candy piece. And I gotta say, guys, a very nice presentation on this one. And honestly, if it didn't have that autumn leaf candy piece in the very top, I'd probably assume this was maybe like an horchata type of donut or something like that, because guys, it kind of reminds me of that. But it looks really nice, and I got to admit again, presentation-wise, this is looking pretty good. So I think for this bite, I'm going to try and take a piece of that candy action on the very top, and I'm probably going to start doing that with my reviews going forward, just to give that extra added crunch, I'm thinking, to what this one's going to offer. So here we go. It's the Cinnamon Latte Lover's Donut here at Krispy Kreme. Let's peep this one out. Plenty of cinnamon. Okay. Well, this one's kind of being advertised as your favorite fall drink, but in donut form. And I have to admit, guys, there is a very solid amount of that latte buttercream flavor coming through along with the cinnamon. And of course, that autumn leaf candy piece in the very top is a nice little accent for crunch. But I have to admit, guys, a nice combination of goodness. And I'm really digging the icing on this one, guys. That cinnamon action is really tasty. And on the real, it almost kind of feels like an horchata or a churro situation. So I like this, guys. It really is pretty tasty, and there's a very decent amount of cinnamon icing, and of course I'm a fan of cinnamon, so this gets some high marks. Pretty tasty indeed. All right, let's go for that palate wash, and we'll move on to number 3, which I'm thinking is gonna be pretty banging, guys. It looks pretty awesome. Very tasty. All right, wow. This one is looking heavy and dense. Feast your eyes on this action, guys. The classic blackberry crisp filled donut. A lovely combination of goodness here, and I gotta admit, it is definitely packed in my hands here right now. What this one is a donut that's pumped with blackberry filling that's then dipped in cinnamon icing and then topped off with granola. And guys, it's got some heft to it and absolutely a very lovely presentation to go with it as well. There is plenty of granola on the very top of this one. And even though I'm not necessarily a fan of fruity donuts, guys, this one is looking like a very serious situation right now. So without further ado, let's get into it. Here we go. It's the classic blackberry crisp donut here, Krispy Kreme. Let's peep this out. Oh, that blackberry is heavenly in this. Wow. Well, right off the break, I gotta say, while fruity donuts are not necessarily my go-to, this is a very nice combination of blackberry goodness, guys. It goes pretty amazing with the cinnamon icing and then naturally the fluffiness of the donut itself. A nice combination that's only topped off with the granola, literally. I mean, the flavor is really nice on this one, and I'm telling you, a very lovely situation. This one is worth the price point by far. The flavor is pretty banging on it. Well, you've definitely got 3 tasty new options when it comes to these flavors of fall donuts for 2023 over here at Krispy Kreme, guys. These are very nicely done, and I gotta say, I love the cinnamon theme here with just about all of them. They are very tasty with that, and I have to say, overall, the fruitiness, like I said, may not be my go-to, but that blackberry is a banging situation. Overall, a nice combination of goodness and something easily worth going in on. Very, very tasty indeed. Yeah, pretty tasty stuff, guys, and not only do you have these 3 options to go in on, naturally there are a few other ones that are in the case as well, usually variations of what's already come before, naturally with some autumn theming, of course, with the chocolate goodness on top, some sprinkles. And on top of that, you've got the return of the spiced apple-filled donut, which I checked out as part of the Autumn's Orchard collection about a year or so ago, so take a look at that review jumping up on your screen right now. That was a lovely situation there. So naturally, of course, that one is back for the holiday season. But guys, with these 3 in particular, a lovely situation. And again, very, very tasty with the cinnamon action. And again, that blackberry is just a banging thing in general. So with that said, and for the overall rating, I'm going to have to give the flavors of fall over here at Krispy Kreme for 2023 a pretty solid 8 out of 10. When you combine those 3 with the others that are available on the menu, you've got a pretty varied selection of goodness, guys, and a little bit of something for everyone, including some of the pumpkin spice action. So it's full featured. These 3 are definitely up there in terms of flavor, and I would easily recommend going in on them. The only thing, though, $2.99 across the board for all of them may be just a little much, especially for any donut based upon the original Krispy Kreme, because naturally they're just topping what already is there. But $3 for that, it's a little on the pricey side. All right, so do me a quick favor like always. Drop those comments down below. Let me know what you thought of these 3 brand new options as part of the Flavors of Fall collection over here at Krispy Kreme. Which was your personal favorite out of the 3 that I showcased today? And if you tried any of them, which is your personal favorite overall? Drop those comments down below and definitely let me know. And with that, this is Ian K closing out another high-quality foodie feature for you here on Peep This Out Reviews, bringing you brand new content every single week here on my channel. So why stay tuned for the next review coming real soon. In the meantime, stay frosty. Hey guys, I'd like to take a quick moment to thank all of our YouTube channel members and Patreon supporters. Guys, thank you so very much for your monthly contribution to the channel. It's because of your direct support that the channel continues to grow, and you really do help me to keep delivering the content that you want to see. I couldn't do it without you, and I seriously appreciate the love and support. Thanks again for all you do and for being such a big part of our positive community here on the platform. Hey, thanks for checking out this review, guys. But just in case you didn't see the one I did before this one, you can find it right up over here, along with what I think YouTube's going to recommend for you to check out as well. As always, I think you'll find something to like in both of them, and I'll definitely catch you in the next one. See ya.